You are watching Pemu TV, Buri Hamwe.
Indeed, the stability of the Horn of Africa, a vital physical and cultural corridor with other regions, is a major preoccupation for the continent. The current tension between the brotherly nation of Somalia and Ethiopia compounds an already difficult time for the region, where, despite our collective efforts, the Al-Shabaab threat remains high in Somalia, and the destructive war in Sudan continues unabated. Excellencies, let me stop here. The respect of unity, territorial integrity, and sovereignty of all member states is a sacrosanct principle of the Union. Another key principle is the commitment to the resolution of disputes through peaceful means and consensual arrangements between member states. The African Union supports and continues to work with the regional body Igad to achieve our shared objectives. In this regard, I instructed my High Representative for the Horn to continue and reinforce our cooperation. This cooperation was duly endorsed at the yesterday's meeting of the AU Peace and Security Council. This imperative is not only the one that guarantees the interests and the fundamental rights of both countries, but is also essential to ward off all attempt at external interference. I urge the leaders of both countries, Ethiopia and Somalia, to engage without delay on this path.
At the outset, I would extend a warm welcome to you all at this 42nd Extraordinary Summit of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, Igad. I wish you all a year filled with strength, good faith, happiness, growth, and prosperity for our nations and communities. Allow me also to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, for graciously hosting this 42nd extraordinary meeting of Igad despite this demanding schedule. We convene today under a sense of urgency as our region grapples with challenging times, be it the devastating conflict in our sister nation, Sudan, or the recent developments in relations with Somalia and Ethiopia. These challenges necessitate bold leadership, unwavering commitments, and a shared vision that transcends borders and ideologies. As you all know, today's summit was convened at the request of the Federal Republic of Somalia. This demand arose in response to the recent signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Democratic and Federal Republic of Ethiopia and Somaliland. As we, heads of states and governments, bear the responsibility of steering our nations through those challenging times in a spirit of genuine cooperation and solidarity. It is therefore my hope that over the course of this summit, we will engage in robust and fruitful discussions, leaving no stone unturned in our pursuit of fruitful, constructive, and tangible outcomes.
Now, on the issue of the Ethiopia and Somalia, again, we have support. You will hear what the communique is saying, the principle of the sovereignty of countries of Africa and of the world, I believe, and the inviolability of the borders. But it is all in the communique. So I just welcome you, and I wish you a good stay here. Thank you very much.
I bring to Your Excellencies greetings from the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, who has asked me to make myself available to support the regional efforts, including those led by Igad and the African Union in relations to Sudan. Accordingly, I have been visiting the region. During these trips, I have met many Sudanese who have consistently expressed the need to end the war, including the warring parties themselves. Many Sudanese also reiterated their desire for power to be handed over to a civilian government that will govern the country during a temporary transitional period pending elections. Our guns must be silenced as the war continues to pose serious threats to the unity and territorial integrity of Sudan, as well as to the security and stability of the entire region and beyond. In this regard, the Secretary General commends IGAD's leaders' continuous efforts to bring an end to this devastating armed conflict and your sustained attempts to start concrete talks towards a cessation of hostilities.
My job is just a simple one, to say you are most welcome to Uganda. Very simple. I hope you will enjoy your stay here. And I want to thank their excellencies for coming at short notice to discuss these two disturbing developments. The war in Sudan, if you look at our communique, we describe it as an unjust war. We freedom fighters pay a lot of attention to those words. When we were fighting for freedom, our anti-colonial wars were just wars, because we were fighting for justice and we could not get it by any other means. I was sharing with their excellencies. If you take, for instance, the history of the ANC of South Africa, they were founded in 1912, but I don't think they adopted the armed struggle strategy until 1961. You can check. So for 50 years, they were using peaceful methods, petitions, demonstrations. It was only when the oppressor completely closed the possibilities of peaceful ways of doing things that the ANC declared war. But you have got wars, everything, every small thing is war, everything, war. This is ideological shallowness in our view. So therefore, in our discussion, we captured this, and we really think the parties involved must stop these unprincipled wars. Demonstrations. It was only when we captured this, and we really think
territory territorial integrity and sovereignty of all member states is a sacrosanct principle of this. This imperative is not only the one that guarantees the interests of certain facts regarding the crisis that remain key for our understanding. With the support of Ethiopia's letter, the military component carried out a disastrous coup in 16 April 2023. And 5 days later, I convened an urgent
The United Nations firmly believes that the most urgent need can lead to a lasting peace. The organization's cessation of hostilities. I and the
opportunities this region holds. This means they keep us from facing the challenges of climate change, socioeconomic grievances, terrorism, while we grapple with the pressing realities.
Shared security priority. We urge both sides to avoid precipitous action, including bringing in more representatives from Sudan's various regions.
On the panel, to work closely and collaboratively with Igad and other stakeholders in
Another means some more work. Not yet over. Some work.
Webale kuleba BMTV buli hamwe.